is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From TD Garden in Boston, tonight, the Boston Celtics taking on the Philadelphia 76ers. The tip is won by the Sixers. Harden to P.J. Tucker. Jalen blocked away.
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Harden. His first effort off the mark. To Horford. Good look that time, but off the mark. Harden with the basketball. He'll run the offense. To Tobias Harris. Driving right to the basket. Straight on look. To P.J. Tucker. Harden. Message received. Well defended.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Sixers have the basketball. Harden. Surveys the floor. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Another chance. Sixers able to clear the rebound. To Tobias Harris. Here comes the screen. Harris to Embiid. Slam dunk.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
To Jaylen Brown. Down to 5 on the 24. Not that time.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Embiid. Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Joel Embiid at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 77% at the line. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. Boston with the basketball. Here comes the screen. Takes stock of the floor. Tatum knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Harden to Embiid. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. From long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his foot, oh, he just blocked that shot out of bounds.
Okay, they're lucky they get the ball back. Coach has seen enough. He wants some changes. New personnel onto the floor. Horford. To Jaylen Brown. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Fires the 3. Great defense, forcing the miss. Harris to Embiid. Joel Embiid. He's now 4 for 6.
Old school equals high percentage.
Celtics have it. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Horford. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Leadership's greatest values occur in between the lines and not necessarily in the box score. And that's the type of leader that Al Horford is. He's the first all-star free agent to choose Boston in decades. And let me tell you this, the legacy of greatness runs deep in the family. His father, Tito Horford, was the first Dominican basketball player to ever play in the league, which goes to show you why Al has such a great feel for the game.
Sixers control it. To Tobias Harris. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Boston with 4 to shoot. To Horford. Missed it. Not much more you could ask for from the defense there.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Tucker to Embiid. Around the perimeter. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knocks it down in the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
It never would have been a foul if you didn't give him space. Your job defensively is to stay attached to him at all times. Force him to put the ball on the ground and drive and make a shot over the trees below.
P.J. Tucker with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. 3-pointer plus a free throw on that trip. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Embiid.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. And look out. Big finish at the rim. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Embiid to P.J. Tucker. Using the post to his advantage there, and the finish at the rim. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
To Marcus Smart. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Tucker, great dish to set it up. Throws it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Defense making the ball handler work. Here comes the screen. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Philadelphia with the basketball. Scores from the post.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Embiid. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
To Brogdon. Has a chance. Brogdon can't connect. Celtics come away with it. Finishing inside the paint on that one. Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Celtics have it.
It's early. Get a good quality shot here.
Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
It's in the hands of Philadelphia. That's out of bounds. Last touch by a Sixer. To Marcus Smart. Tucker to Tobias Harris. Fundamental shot right there. Foul pass stolen by the Sixers.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
Knocked loose. Ball's controlled by Boston. Slam dunk, Malcolm Brogdon.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Slams it down. Big finish for Joel Embiid. Jay, they've had no answer for this guy.
He's been on fire this first quarter. That's the way you take it right to your opponent. You attack right out of the gate.
To Brogdon. To Marcus Smart. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack it to the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Has a look. He connects off the step back. Deep three at the buzzer. First quarter's complete. No separation so far. It's all even. A good start to this one. All tied up as we start the second. Celtics have it. Knocked loose. Taken by the Sixers.
We're going to see a team take the lead here?
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. To Marcus Smart. The pass set it all up.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Here's Harden with the rock. To Embiid. And he knocks it down, Jay.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Easy path to the rim.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
A pass taken away by the Celtics. To Jaylen Brown. Nothing going here on that drive. Trying to cash in. Gets a look. Can't hit.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning the ankle on that landing.
Embiid to P.J. Tucker. Jaylen Brown sends it away. Couldn't keep it in. Out of bounds off Jaylen Brown. Changes coming from both sides right now. To Embiid. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Another follow, still no good.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Lets it fly from long range. Tough shot there for Jaylen Brown. No good.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Nice finish at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Cashes in for 2.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Brown with it up top. They trail by 1. Now a steal by Philly.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
Embiid. Gets to the basket and scores.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Brown into the front court. They're down 3. To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He is shooting well. He's made 2/3 of his shots. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Taking advantage of the turnover.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
To Embiid. They'll get it down low to Harrell. And the finish, slam dunk. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
Screen coming. Boston with 4 to shoot. Wide open look, won't go.
And would you like to be in the lead? Of course you would, but still, I like the fact that you got an open shot. Eventually, those will start going in.
Tucker. To Embiid. And he hits. Now the Celtics going to use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. And draws the foul.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Robert Williams at the line. Oops, he missed the first one. Knocks down the second after missing the first. It's Harden. Brings the ball up. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
And he's fouled. Couple of free throws coming up, Jay.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Harden with it up top. Leads 3. And the slam. He climbed the ladder on that one.
Well, the question is, how big is the ladder? He's still climbing.
Boston with the basketball. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big-time play.
Jason Tatum, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 82%. And hits the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Harden in possession. Up by 3. Montrezl Harrell at the line for 2 shots. Numbers not in his favor. 61% for his career. Knocks down the first. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Celtics have it. To Jaylen Brown. Sizing up the defense. To Marcus Smart. Cleans it up. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Cruises inside for 2.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
To Jaylen Brown. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. knocks it down off the step back.
Can we all just agree that that handle is next level, but that jumper's wet too?
Harden in possession. Leads a bucket. He can't get past the defender. Harden trying to take it to the basket, but a shot stays out.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
Harden into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To P.J. Tucker. Here comes the screen. The Sixers with 4 to shoot. Cleans it up. Oh, he was smothered and still gets it to go down. Ball's controlled by Boston. Rebound cleared by Philly. To Harden. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. Shot for James Harden. Draws the double and still hits.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Brogdon. Boston with 4 to shoot. For 3. Still hasn't hit from deep in the first half. No good. To Harden. Fires the 3. Second effort. And a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
Play is stopped. Timeout Boston, as they'll take a moment to go over things here in the second quarter. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. To Jaylen Brown. Shot clock winding down. Tatum. It's good. And the foul. And he's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Jason Tatum with a chance at a 4-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. You can count that one. 4-point play. Harden with the basketball. Lead is 2. To Embiid. Tucker. To Embiid. And look out. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
A bad pass as the Sixers come up with this steal.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
To Marcus Smart. Oh, great pass, setting up the basket.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game, and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Harden to Tobias Harris. Short jumper off the mark. To Brogdon, beyond the arc for three. And the rebound comes down to Harris. Sixers have the basketball. Harris to Embiid. Probing the defense. Jason Tatum swats it. Has a chance. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay. He'll let one fly from half court. First half in the books. It's the Sixers out in front.
Thanks, Ed. The 76ers have themselves a narrow lead. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Philadelphia 76ers. The Celtics are keeping things exciting in a close matchup.
And without question, they can put themselves in a position to win this game if they continue to rack up the assists.
These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Steals.
We might be enjoying these first half highlights of steals, but I'm sure the coaches won't be in the next film session. Neither of these teams have been consistently able to maintain control of the basketball.
Player of the half.
Joel Embiid couldn't be denied the award after all of those slams. He might get top plays all to himself at the end of the game if he keeps this up.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first two quarters as we resume play here in the third.
Here we go, my ball, my ball.
I got him.
To Horford. To Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen.
Right.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Bulldog. Look, it ain't always going to be pretty, but this is a results-oriented business, and this dude will always give you a good ROI.
To Tobias Harris. Embiid to Tobias Harris. Harden. James Harden. He's 3 for 7. To Horford. Work it down to Brown. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, I'm surprised he had a chance to wrap him up.
Well, you're not the only one surprised. This guy is not a good free throw shooter. You never let him have an easy bucket. If anything, make him earn it at the charity stripe.
And finishes strong.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. To Horford. Missed a wide open look. Has a look. And he's going to the free throw line.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Free throw. No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Jaylen Brown. No, he missed a short one there. Harden with it up top. He'll run the offense. Trying to cash in. The shot, no good by Harden.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Jay, I don't know if you call that the shooter's touch, but they will take it.
Well, essentially, the touch did help the ball go in, Ed. I don't know. I might have to agree to disagree on that one.
To P.J. Tucker. Harris. Nothing going here on that drive. Embiid, good for 2.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
I got him. Here we go.
To Marcus Smart. To Brown. Down low. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And so many players, when they come into the paint, they come in with that soft approach. He didn't come in soft at all. He came in with aggression, and he went through the defender. Through, not around. That's key.
Jaylen Brown trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 65% free throw shooter. Unable to connect on the free throw. Harden in possession. His group now down 2. No good, but 2 shots coming up for Joel Embiid.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Celtics have it.
Here we go. I got ball.
Can't connect from in close. Harris. To Embiid. Harris. Nice pass to set things up.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end When there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. Harden in possession. 2-point advantage. To Embiid. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Brogdon. The drive, right to the basket. Joel Embiid pins it. Sixers control it. Tucker to Tobias Harris. And the nice finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Jaylen Brown. Has a look. The screen sets him up for two.
Oh, he buckled his knees so bad, it didn't matter if he scored or not. That's a win for the internet.
Harden to Embiid. Whoa, what a finish.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Brown with it up top. The deficit is 6. Runner's good there.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ball game.
Embiid, deep left corner. Baseline drive. From the outside, no good. To Brogdon. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
It's in the hands of Harden. Probing the defense. To Embiid. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Marcus Smart. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
To Embiid. Trying to cash in. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Timeout Boston as they'll make sure they're aligned here in a 2-point ball game. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor. to Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Here's a chance from long range. He is yet to hit one tonight. No good. To Embiid.
Got it. Good trap, good trap.
Perfect feed to set up the basket.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
He buries it off the step back.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Harden.
Send him down, send him down.
To Embiid.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Scores from the post.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Brown into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Marcus Smart. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Horford, that's off the side of the rim, short. Has a chance. Here's the step back.
When miracles happen, you accept it and you're thankful, but you don't expect it all the time.
To Horford. Fakes, drives to the rim, and scores.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
Harden into the front court. They lead it. 4-point game. To Embiid. Slams it down.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Horford.
Right.
To Marcus Smart. Boston with 4 to shoot.
Shot up.
Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Now a whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To P.J. Tucker. Knocked loose. And that's going to get out of bounds. So possession stays with Philadelphia. And a pass stolen by Boston. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
A pass taken away by the Celtics. Free throws coming up.
The game is too tight for you to be taking risks like that. You want to avoid foul trouble at all costs.
Marcus Smart. He's got 2 shots coming. Shoots it at 75% for his career. First free throw is good. And gets both to drop at the line. Philadelphia with the basketball. Knocked loose. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Marcus Smart. It remains Sixers basketball. To Embiid. Turns and slams it down. Neither side is giving up an inch.
I guarantee you tomorrow on Complex's social feed, that play will have millions of views. And I'm really looking forward to this fourth quarter because the first 3 have lived up to the billing.
Doesn't have the touch. No good.
See, the defender did a really good job. He stayed down. He didn't go and bite for all the head fakes. He waited until the last second to contest that shot. Way to know the scouting report.
Now pass stolen by the Sixers. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Third quarter comes to an end. The 76ers have the lead. It's been a compelling game so far. The fourth quarter is underway. It's in the hands of Philadelphia. Surveys the floor. To P.J. Tucker. Short jumper misses. To Jaylen Brown. Now ready to shoot at the line.
All right, that was a little bit of a gamble there, but not a terrible move sending him to the free throw line.
First one goes down. Two for two on that trip. Here comes the screen. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Goes reverse to lay it in.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Tucker to Embiid. And counted at the rim.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Embiid. And throws it down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Off the assist.
There's no stopping that. You either got to double or deny him the ball from the jump.
To Embiid. Boston with the basketball. Horford to Marcus Smart. Horford to Jaylen Brown. Five on the shot clock. Has a look. And he knocks it down. Jay, as key a move as you'll find in the NBA.
And it is the new age triple threat. It does two things. Number one, it creates distance in a hurry. Number two, when you're stepping east to west while maintaining your dribble, which is a difference maker, it throws a defender off because now he's at your mercy and he's off balance.
And it just may be, Jay, the biggest threat late in the shot clock.
Especially if you add a hesitation to the move, or if you look at the rim, you'll most time have the defender jumping out of his shoes.
We wish defenders all the best in this game defending that. First try, no good. Misses the second as well. To Horford, leaving no doubt, slams it down. Sixers call for time as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
I know the fans didn't get a chance to hear this during the break, but the coaches are wearing a mic for the broadcast. I heard a lot of arguing inside the huddle. It lets you know that the intensity level is pretty high going into the fourth.
Shifting gears, here come some substitutions. Harden. Celtics have it. Short jumper stays out. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Tucker matched up with Derek White. Harden. Driving right to the basket. And he's going to the line to shoot.
Yes, I love this move. Send him to the line. Chances are probably good he doesn't make both. And you also stop the clock while getting another possession.
Montrezl Harrell, a couple of free throws on the way. Shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. And hits the first free throw. So he hits the first, misses the second. To Marcus Smart. Works it. Now a steal by Philly. Oh, emphatic slam.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Ball's controlled by Boston. To Marcus Smart. To Jaylen Brown. And scores on the step back.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
To Jaylen Brown. Trying to cash in. Brown shot off iron, no good. Harden with the basketball. His guy's down 3. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
To Jaylen Brown. Now it's Harden at the controls. He'll get it down low to Harrell. Off the assist.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Brown with it up top. His guys now down by a point. Nothing going here on that drive. Now ready for a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just got to let them play, ref.
Jaylen Brown at the line for 2 shots. He's struggled so far. Misses the first. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Sixers have the basketball. Harden. Takes stock of the floor. To Embiid. Can't connect. To Jaylen Brown. And takes it away.
Neck and neck. They couldn't get anything on that possession. Let's see if we can get a bucket in transition.
Knocked loose. And he's fouled. Earns a trip to the foul line, Jay.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Knocks down the first. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Harden with it up top. His guys now trailing by a point. Screen coming. 5 on the shot clock for Philadelphia. Harden, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Sixers with the rebound. To Harden. Stuffs it down with authority.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Brown into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. To Horford. With the step back.
From somebody who loved to score a lot himself, defensively, if you are guarding me in a parallel position, I can have whatever I want when I want. You have to force this guy to go one direction, make him go towards his weak hand, and then contest that shot.
Harris curling inside. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
I've seen it happen so many times. Small things like that foul can end up becoming a momentum changer. Let's see how this one plays out.
And he connects on the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Celtics have it.
Catch up, baby.
To Horford. There it is, Al Horford. He's now 4 for 6.
And there's nothing more mentally intimidating for your opponent than when your own teammates are unselfish and make sure that you get the ball because they want you to drop 70 on them, maybe like Devin Booker did last year.
Harris to Harden. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
Just wait a second, Ed. Wait 1 second. Can we go back to the play before this great play that we just saw? Just because you have a bad offensive possession, you can't allow that to go down and reciprocate itself on the defensive end. One bad play does not make two bad plays. You have to bounce back. That's how you play this game.
To Horford. Has a chance. The screen sets him up for 2.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
It's James Harden once again. Here comes the screen. To Embiid. Oh, emphatic slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
To Jaylen Brown. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal.
That's the kind of break they're looking for. I bet you they attack in transition.
Embiid, good for 2.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Malcolm Brogdon has got 2 shots coming. A career 87% from the line. First one, count it. And he makes them both. Sixers control it. Harden to Embiid. Baseline drive. Gets to the basket, but it's no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Can't connect. Embiid to Harden. Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
It's time to take advantage of an extra possession.
And stuffs it down.
And easy to get back on defense.
It's in the hands of James Harden. And a pass stolen by Boston.
Turnovers like that at this point of the game are daggers. You can't afford to have empty possessions in the final 2 minutes.
To to Brogdon. Boston with 4 to shoot. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board. Now whistle and a timeout for Philadelphia. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with 1 more. Time for some new personnel into the game. "19-footer at the buzzer." It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one by 4. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Here we go with the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics
Almost let this one get away from them, but they managed to get the victory.
I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. The 76ers
just couldn't close this one out.
While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Being able to put up these kind of numbers is always impressive, but having the ability to lead and inspire is something special.
Here's our top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose, and it's been our pleasure to present you with some NBA basketball.